Hello, everybody. Today we are at SATAC, Seattle, Washington, Seattle, Tacoma, and we're flying south to Portland, about a 20-minute flight. Not going to climb up too high today, probably about 9,000. We're flying the Pioneer livery, which is a Embraer 190 E-2, and I'm going to talk about it once we get up in the air. Let's go ahead and see if we can get her fired up.
Autopilot.
So you can see pretty basic interior, not above and beyond. But is it functional on the Xbox as an airliner? We're going to find that out.
Seattle ground, Lotus 215, no pushback tug is available to answer your request.
I never seem to be able to get a tug. No matter where I am, I can't seem to get a tug.
Seattle ground, Lotus 215, request taxi to the active departure to the south. Lotus 215 taxi to and hold short of runway 16 left via taxiway Bravo Charlie. Contact tower on 120.905 when ready. Taxiing hold short runway 16 left using taxiway Bravo Charlie Lotus 215. Seattle ground, Alaska 825, requesting pushback. Seattle ground, Alaska 825, no pushback tug is available to answer your request. Taxiway Lima Bravo, Alaska 573. Alaska 573, continue taxi. Roger, Alaska. Seattle Tower Lotus 215 ready at runway 16 left south departure. Lotus 215 wind 0905 at 5. South departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 16 left. Cleared for takeoff runway 16 left Lotus 215.
Alright, let's do a little brake check here. Here we go.
70 knots, 80 knots. V1, rotate. V2.
Gear up.
Lotus 215, continue for south departure.
Seattle Tower Lotus 215, continue for south departure.
So again, we're in the Embraer 19 Echo-2.
Lotus 215, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Seattle Tower Lotus 215, frequency change. Seattle approach Lotus 215 is type 5 miles south of Seattle 800 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Lotus 215, Seattle approach. Squawk 456 tree.
Squawk 456 tree, Lotus 215.
Lotus 215, radar contact 5 miles northwest of Sierra 50, 1,800 feet. Cleared through the Bravo airspace. Maintain own navigation.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace, Lotus 215.
Lotus 215, contact Seattle approach on 120.1. Good day.
120.1 Lotus 215. Goodbye. Seattle approach Lotus 215, 1,700 feet.
Lotus 215, Seattle approach altimeter 30.58 radar contact. Continue. Lotus 215, contact approach on 125.6. Good day.
125.6 Lotus 215. Goodbye. Approach Lotus 215, 2,000 feet.
Lotus 215, approach altimeter 30.58 radar contact. Continue. Lotus 215, contact Seattle approach on 126.5. Good day.
126.5 Lotus 215. Goodbye. Seattle approach Lotus 215, 2,400 feet.
Lotus 215, Seattle approach altimeter 30.57 radar contact. Continue.
So the co-pilot's busy on the radio. Jeez. So, with my Xbox S on 2024, I cannot fly any airliner. Not one of them. They just don't work. Something goes wrong either with the startup or I get ready to taxi out and I lose all my avionics. Or just crazy stuff happening. So I just gave up on them. And with 2020, the only airliner I could fly was the default Airbus. And that was a roll of dice. I would say maybe
Generic 6 tree Zulu contact.
10%
on 1 tree for decimal 905.
of the time I could get it to fly. So I basically just gave up on airliners. But I saw this one in the marketplace.
1 tree 4 decimal 905. Generic 6 tree Zulu.
And
Goodbye.
there is, you get 2 different planes. And I think 4, no, maybe 7 or 8 liveries on the 2 different models. And the cockpits are the same. The liveries, paint schemes are, they're actually pretty cool. I like them. But as you can see, it's got a basic panel. Everything is broken down where you can easily see it, get to it, understand it. Control panel, electric panels, A-bus, cockpit lights, fuel systems, passenger lights for smoke, no smoke, complete lighting system for interior, exterior, fire extinguisher system, hydraulic system, pressurization, air conditioning, and windshield heating. That's all up top. It's not a lot, so it's manageable. And this has kind of gone off without a glitch. I mean, really. I've had nothing happen with this airliner since I've been using it. This is about my 3rd flight. The first 2 were experimental, just to see how it felt flying manually. And it was pretty good. The autopilot's a little iffy. Sometimes it works, sometimes certain parts of it don't, but that was really only on 1 flight. So the second and this flight so far, everything's working good. Not everything is functionable. There's a lot of inoperative buttons on here and stuff, but majority of them, they do work. And I really enjoy this because I've not had anything crazy happen. So I'll take the hit on not having the world's fanciest cockpit. But a lot of them are fancy, but they screw up all the time. So what good is that?
215, you're leaving my airspace radar service. Terminated squawk 1200.
You got a great looking cockpit with a lot of functionality,
Squawk
and this
1200.
stupid thing doesn't fly.
Frequency change
And I
approved.
know a
Lotus
lot of
215.
Xbox users
Seattle approach
that are
Lotus
having the same
215
problem with
is type
airliners.
6 miles west of 2 Whiskey
in
Tree,
2024.
6,500
That's just a
feet.
joke.
Request
It's
flight
just a
following.
joke. If I could, I would just go ahead
Seattle approach.
and eliminate
Squawk 6575.
the aircraft from my
Squawk
library.
6575
Just take them off.
Lotus
I don't even want to see them
215.
on there disabled. Just get rid of them. I don't need them.
215 radar contact.
They're too
6
much,
miles east
just
of
too much of a
49
hassle.
Alpha, 7,500 feet.
You get,
Altimeter
if you do get one up in the
3057.
air, you get about 10 miles away from the airport
Roger
that you're
Lotus
landing at,
215.
and it just falls apart. Things just start going wacky. So it's just no fun. I have not had any issues with this plane at all. None. And it's for a good price. The price is not bad. I think this plane, when it first came out, started around 21, 22 bucks, something like that, maybe more. But you can pick this thing up for $12 on the marketplace.
215 contact approach on 125.6.
And
Good day.
if you got an Xbox, I
Going to
really think
125
it's a good
decimal 6
investment
Lotus 215.
if you want to fly some international
Approach Lotus
flights or some
215,
short hauls
7,700
in a
feet.
fairly decent looking airplane.
215, approach altimeter 30.56 radar contact continue.
I mean, it's not bad looking at all. doors all function on it. You can actually go in the back. There's a little galley here. Is it super duper? No, it's not. But you walk back here and you get the idea that you're in a galley, you know? Walk back here and you look. Now there's no passengers, but you can walk all the way back here. You can get some pretty decent views out some of these windows. Check that out. See a little wind flex going on.
Contact Seattle Center on 124.2. Good day.
So
124
some of the other
Lotus
airplanes that I
215.
have are airliners.
Goodbye.
You can't get past this door.
Seattle
and then if you
Center Lotus
want to get in the back,
215,
you've got to use the
9,200 feet.
drone camera, and then the drone camera
Lotus
is all over the
215
place.
Seattle Center
So
altimeter, 30.56 radar contact. Continue.
anyway, I do like this plane. It does fly really decent in the manual control. Takeoff and landings are fairly smooth. Flaps and gear operation is good. There's no problem with that. Again, the only problem I've had so far is with the autopilot, and that's just been a couple minor issues. But other than that, it all functions well. You got a little notepad here. Can get you into the aircraft configuration when you first get ready to go, when you first start up. There's warning voices. You can turn them on and off, and they have VR, VR2, V1 and VR, V2 voices, and you've got aerial voices. So that's pretty cool. And you got a flight attendant that speaks 6 languages if you want to select one. And she gives a pre-flight info brief, she gives a before landing brief, and she gives an after landing brief, which is pretty cool with the immersion. I didn't have her talk before we left because I didn't activate her in time. We were already on the taxiway. But I'm enjoying this because I can go where I want to go. I can fly VFR, I can fly IFR in it. You can shoot approaches in it. You got enough stuff here to do it with. You can put all of your data in here just like you can with the default aircraft. Basically the same setup. Everything can be punched in, key punched in. So it's here to have fun with, and that's what you want, you know? You just want to have some fun, have a decent flight, not crashing and going with blank screens, and that stuff was just driving me insane. I was just like, God, you get 20-25 minutes into the flight and just crap starts happening, or you go through the whole startup of your flight sim and you get everything punched in, and then when you get ready to turn on the systems, nothing wants to come on. No avionics, no this, no that. So it was, it just was getting to the point where I just said, you know what, I'm just not going to fly airliners. When I first had 2020, they actually worked fairly decent. I was flying the 707 around with no problems. Now I can't even get it to halfway start. It just doesn't even want to come up on the screen. And the Airbuses they're just not working. So I thought, well, gee, you know, hooray, 2024 is coming out. They're going to have maybe some pretty cool airliners in there. Well, I don't know about you guys, but they are not working for me. So again, this is a fairly simple airliner. It doesn't cost much. Again, the cosmetics on it, okay, you know, it's not super duper great, but it's all usable, it's all workable. So I would highly suggest, if you want to do some airliner flights without a whole bunch of headaches, to get this one, because it is working out pretty good. So anyway, we're on our way to Portland, and we'll shoot an approach to Portland and call it a flight. So you sit back and enjoy the rest of the flight.
We are close to landing at the destination airport. Ensure the window is open, the tray table is closed, and the seat back is fully upright. Stow the footrest, video screen, and headset, fasten and adjust the seatbelt. Thanks.
Visual runway 17 approach generic 727.
So that was your flight attendant for the prepare for landing. Pretty cool. Halfway decent voice. Doesn't sound like an AI.
Good day.
118.1 Lotus 215. Goodbye. Portland
flight
approach
that I
Lotus
did yesterday
215 7,500
was
feet.
from Oshie in Warsaw to Hamburg, Germany. And I had her voice on German, on Deutsch, and she gave all three speeches in German. It was pretty cool. It was really good. It sounded pretty cool. And I don't know if I can see these. Yeah, I think I can get to it. So we got Spanish, French, Italian, and Portuguese, Deutsch, and English. Pretty cool. There has been updates on this aircraft as well since they put it out. From what I'm understanding, the first version that came out had some pretty hefty flaws to it, so they've done a lot of work getting things smoothed out.
Contact approach on 124.35. Good day.
124.35 Lotus 215. Goodbye. Approach Lotus 215, 6,000 feet.
Lotus 215, approach altimeter 30.57, radar contact. Continue.
You can see the weight that I've got on board right now. She's pretty well full. So an empty weight of 78,000.7 empty weight. Total max takeoff weight today was 110,000.
Lotus 215, contact. Portland approach on 118.1. Good day.
Going to 118.1 Lotus 215. Portland approach Lotus 215, 5,000 feet.
Lotus 215, Portland approach altimeter 30.59, radar contact. Continue.
I don't know if many of you simmers have flown the gorge, the Columbia River in Oregon, but it's a pretty cool flight
Portland
if you
approach
do it
Lotus
from
215.
the coastline
Request
into the
clearance
mountains.
to transition Charlie airspace.
Excuse me, a lot of cool
Lotus
things to look
215,
at.
Portland approach. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through Charlie airspace, Lotus 215.
You see your flight information up here in the little box. It's got the flight number 215 with the current frequency 118.1 The transponder's at 6575. It's got the tail identifier, UTC time, elapsed time, flight time. It's pretty cool.
Portland approach Southwest Tree 954 is passing 9,800 feet, descending 7,000 feet. Southwest Tree 905, full Portland approach altimeter tree 0.60 radar contact. Continue to Osity.
Nothing like a Spitfire approach in an Embraer.
Lotus 215 contact ground on
121.9 Lotus 215. Goodbye.
Wow, you can hear everybody in the back applauding, clapping.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the destination airport. Please keep your seatbelt fastened and don't get up from your seat until the aircraft is completely stopped in the
You
terminal.
have to cut those
We
belts
will
off
leave the
those
plane
people.
in row order by calling. Don't forget that the contents of the upper luggage rack could move during the flight. Be careful when opening it. Passengers in transit with a connection to another destination, please go to the airline counter at this airport. Our staff will gladly help you in the process. The captain and crew of this flight, we thank you for flying with us. We wish you a happy stay.
I think I just lost quite a few customers. Alright, let's see if we can get a gate. They might tell me to get out of here.
Portland Ground Lotus 215. Request taxi to the gate.
Lotus 215 taxi to gate Echo 2 using taxiway Alpha 5 Kilo.
Taxiing to gate Echo 2 using taxiway Alpha 5 Kilo Lotus 215.
Okay, let's see if we can get any kind of special favors. None. You know why? Guys in control saw that fiasco. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that flight from SATAC to Portland, and I hope you like that landing. If you never made a landing like that, good for you. Good for you. But that won't be my last one like that, I'll tell you that now. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you all later.